Hello everyone, it's me Jaden here. Today we're going to talk about a few characters from this YouTube channel called the Checkpoint website. Basically, this YouTube channel belongs to Steve and Guido, who is kind of on the Checkpoint. Today we're going to introduce you some of the characters that's in the series. So let's go ahead and introduce them. The story starts right here. Well, not actually, this is a Christmas video. And do some fun now. This is when we meet our friend Steve. And I'm explaining for a bit. I wanted to get a perfect feel. This is where we meet some of our characters. Let's start with the main character, Steve. Oh, wait a minute. Now you see, Steve is the one with the brown hair with the gray pink costume on. Basically, he's the main character, smart, brilliant, and sometimes get into really dumb situations. Some of the situations that he gets into basically has to make him stop. He's an adventurer and goes to different kind of dimensions. Each dimension they go to change the world around them and their bodies and the way they in each world. Now the next person we're going to talk about is Guido, the circle robot companion. He's the guy with the green mustache, the green eyes, and he has no arms and legs, but he can move. His ability has to control the more swords and weapons, and we don't see this until a little while in the series that they're in. Basically, I don't know too much about him, but there is a series I will go a bit to anywhere. There is a video story about Guido and how he first met Steve. Now, the next one that we're going to meet is Austin. Austin is the other character. These are Steve and Guido's friends. Austin's the really fun, cute, dumb character in the show. Basically, he's the type of character who's very funny and it's not that smart like the other characters. Basically, the only one issue about this character that he can sometimes become very stupid most of the time. He doesn't listen to Steve, and he's very awesome, very creepy. But overall, he is kind of a funny character to say the least. Okay, and the other one, we have Chris. Chris is a smart, funny, kind of a jerk kind of character. Like, he's just Steve and Guido's friend, but there are most of the times how Chris can sometimes be a huge jerk. Basically, there are some kind of videos that Steve made about Chris taking the spotlight, like in this one, how Steve gets jealous of Chris because Chris is making Steve jealous on purpose, which just goes to prove, even though they are friends, they can sometimes be huge frenemies. But there are videos how the guys can turn their backs on them. So yeah, so then we're going to introduce our other characters. Scene? Yeah, you guys just ignore this. Ignore this scene. I'm gonna fast forward for a bit. Alright, fast forward. This is where we get to meet our next character, the rainbow hair princess, the cyber princess. Basically, I'm gonna call her that because I don't know her real name. Basically, she's actually the other character that we see in the story video. She's the one who created Guido and the one who lets Guido meet with Steve. Basically, she's the robot creator and also a princess who's the king of all dimensions, I think. And that's all I know about her. So yeah. Comment down below if you ever see Steve in the Real Checkpoint website. And tell me about her. This is where we meet to our next character, Bonetta. She's a strong, tough female woman who is basically a jerk to Steve sometimes. But there are mostly times how she is kind of nice to Steve and will call her by his nickname, Tiny Boy. That's his nickname for some reason. I think she calls him that just for a funny way, not to be mean. Like, there are times she is a jerk, but there are times how she is trying to help being very funny most of the time. And yes, meet the versions of Steve. Basically, remember how earlier I said they go into different dimensions? Basically, he's calling the dimension himself, whether it's either a microwave or a toaster. Basically, there's different versions of them from other dimensions. Not the games they play, but rather different universes in the world. Basically, this allows them to interact different kind of people with themselves in different kind of universes. So yeah, that's kind of it for what I wanted to do for a while. Now I'm gonna give you guys a little bit of sound. I need more sound. You can't take anything we got on the inside. This Christmas, we got nothing but each other, and it's just something. This is one of our other characters, Billy and Katie. Now these two characters does not like Steve. They are apparently bullies most of the time. Now Billy, the one with the short kid with the black hair, is a rich snob bully who's selfish and doesn't care about no one but himself. And Katie over here is actually Billy's sister. She's kind of the same way, but the more opposite. She's a hater. But there are most of the times how they do end up helping Steve sometimes. Like sometimes how Billy became Steve's friend, but then get into a fight for a while. Or Katie how became Steve's friend, but then they get into a fight for a while. Basically, these characters are basically anti-characters, meaning characters who are sometimes bad or sometimes nice. So yeah, they are kind of like douchebags most of the time. This is when we meet Square Guido, who's probably made of money and who's super rich. I don't know too much about him, but the only thing I do know if I think he's actually rich or not. So yeah, he has a deeper voice and it's really different from Guido. So yeah, different from different dimensions. This is when we get to meet Sergeant Shaw. Sergeant Shaw is kind of a ranger who's kind of from the police force, who's simply like, if you guys don't know what I'm talking about, he's right over here. Yeah, over here. Basically, he's a police who can be very strict, but sometimes nice sometimes. He's kind of a character who's really strong, who can defeat any villain. Well, not every villain. Basically, the reason that this character is really funny, he can be sometimes a little bit of a douchebag to Steve, but whoever cares. The next character on this list is called the anime version of Steve, but this time this character is a girl. This is the girl version of Steve. She's girlish, anime-ish, and just very kind of funny. She wore the anime suit, and basically that's all I know about her. We're gonna party all night, the stars are glistening. We'll have some real fun. No presents, no problem. Let's just do our job and run with what we still got. Cause we still got us. Now these characters are kind of random characters who appear in the show. You have those characters all around the world. They're just like NPCs or something. See, that's all I know about them. We got that Christmas love. These characters are two random characters. So yeah. This is when we get the main villain of the show. I can't remember his name, but I was gonna call him Purple Face. Mesa. I remember his name. Mesa is the main villain of the show who's trying to catch a Greedo, and he's also trying to destroy the world by taking over it. Basically, even though he's kind of a douchebag, he's kind of really funny to say the least. I just thought he was I thought he was a good guy at first, but then I realized he's actually just the villain of the show. So yeah. Basically, the reason I thought that because when I first see him and when I first watched the channel, I thought he was pretty funny. But then I realized I was wrong. He was actually a huge douchebag and main villain. But there are times how he does help and save the day with Steve, like in this video I'm using here. So yeah. Alright guys, this is the video ending. And if you guys want to see this Christmas, just go on the speaker and say Checkpoint Christmas, and when it pops up, let me know. Alright everyone, it was nice knowing you today. See ya.